In the midst of endless scandals and controversies that seem to forever dominate the news, there emerges a film that dares to unveil a deeply disturbing truth: the illicit trade of human lives. Sound of Freedom boldly reveals the sinister underbelly of Hollywood, a revelation that's met with stark indifference from the industry itself, as if there's a concerted effort to see it fail. Yet, standing tall against this wave of disregard is none other than Denzel Washington. Yes, indeed. The beloved icon is drawing a line in the sand, challenging the murky practices of the entertainment world head-on. What was Denzel's rallying cry, you ask? Consider the weight of your duty to speak truth, not merely to be the first to break the silence. This revered actor, celebrated for his compelling roles and relatable nature, spared no words in a recent sit-down with The Hollywood Reporter. He boldly criticized the Hollywood heavyweights for their detachment and haughtiness, disconnected from the reality of the common man. Ponder this: the so-called struggle of filmmaking. My response? Try sending a loved one to a war zone. That's struggle. A film is merely that, a film. Let's gain some perspective. Washington also touched upon the declining interest in major Hollywood award ceremonies, pointing to their persistent focus on identity politics, which he believes has alienated the viewing public. The audience is growing tired of what he termed the woke elites of Hollywood, who appear to perceive themselves as beyond reproach. Observing them on stage, self-congratulating and pontificating on the do's and don'ts of life, all from the comfort of their opulent estates, he remarked. However, not all stars are detached from reality. Denzel Washington, with his feet firmly on the ground, expressed his disappointment with this prevailing trend among his peers. He highlighted the respect and admiration that Hollywood could garner if only it portrayed a more modest and authentic perspective of its own privilege. Washington's candidness extended further as he questioned the oft-touted arduousness of movie-making, equating it instead to the real-life challenges faced by garbage collectors or military families. Personally, I find more honor in the former. This industry often overstates its hardships. Oh, the challenges of film production. To that I say, try having a family member in active duty. That's challenge, he quipped, dismissing the notion that there's anything particularly noble in the act of movie making. Denzel's stance is unequivocal. The art of cinema, while valuable, shouldn't be inflated with undue self-importance. It is, at its core, a privilege and a pleasure, far from a gallant pursuit. Intriguingly, it seems Mel Gibson, another stalwart of the screen and a vocal supporter of Sound of Freedom, shares Washington's sentiments. The first step to eradicating this vile trade is awareness, he underscored, with Gibson present during the discourse, nodding in solid agreement to Washington's forthright observations. Beyond merely aligning with Gibson's views on Hollywood, Denzel Washington has established himself as a formidable force within the industry, actively unveiling the cunning manipulations of the elite. These so-called elites often masquerade as benevolent philanthropists, wielding their affluence and sway to craft an illusion of generosity and kindness. Beneath the polished veneer of many Hollywood elites lies a reality marred by dark deeds and the silent endorsement of such actions. In stark juxtaposition to the ostentatious displays of altruism, veiled in elitism by figures like Oprah, stands a genuine force for change: Denzel Washington. His true commitment to societal betterment shines through his active involvement with organizations dedicated to youth welfare, such as the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, Save Africa's Children, and the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund. In contrast to the grandiose gestures of some, Denzel's efforts are marked by authenticity and a deep-seated dedication to the cause. Furthermore, Denzel has shone a light on the darker corners of the film industry, revealing the pressures exerted by Hollywood moguls to conform actors into roles that betray their principles. In a revealing interview that reverberated through the entertainment world, he disclosed his encounters with the industry's underbelly, marked by manipulation and ethical compromise. Recalling a particularly disturbing offer from 1986, Denzel recounted being cast in a role that would portray him in a highly controversial and morally questionable light. The proposed character, a black man wrongfully accused and subjected to extreme measures of punishment, was intended to be seen as a perverse form of heroism. Denzel's shock was compounded by the casual indifference displayed by industry insiders during the audition process, leading him to decisively reject the role. This choice not only preserved his integrity, but was vindicated when he later received an Oscar nomination for his role in Cry Freedom, underscoring the value of staying true to one's ethical compass in the face of industry pressures. This episode offers a window into the often obscured machinations of Hollywood, where the pursuit of fame and fortune can sometimes force a compromise on personal ethics and integrity. It raises pertinent questions about the accountability of industry power brokers and the ethical considerations in the roles they offer. Denzel Washington's candid revelations, coupled with the impactful narrative of Sound of Freedom, merely skim the surface of the systemic decay within the entertainment industry. Yet, the implications of such exposures are profound, hinting at a vast array of concealed truths that, if brought to light, could shake the very foundations of the global entertainment landscape. Amidst this backdrop of emerging truths, the voices of discerning fans resonate, suggesting that the reluctance of certain platforms to showcase Sound of Freedom might be indicative of its unnerving accuracy. The rejection by these platforms underscores the film's unsettling veracity, a testament to Mel Gibson's courage in facing the truth, a commodity often shunned by the powerful, one fan remarked. Another added, the most unlikely figures, cloaked in respectability and affluence, might just be the orchestrators of the gravest offenses. History is replete with such paradoxes, where the facade of virtue masks the darkest of deeds. As the veil continues to lift, revealing the disconcerting realities of Hollywood's elite, there's a collective hope for accountability and justice. The unraveling of this saga signals a turning point, a moment where the fortified bastions of power begin to show cracks, heralding a time of reckoning. With that, we draw this discussion to a close. Until next time, farewell.